All right, the moment you've been waiting for, right? You've been waiting for this. You actually just want to start writing code. You cannot wait. Well, this video, that's what we're going to be doing. Welcome to Hello World. So, Hello World is a basic programming language that every single programming language has, right? So, it's this a beautiful program that people have come up with to say, okay, this program seems very basic and it's a good starting point to learn programming. So, what is Hello World? What is the Hello World program? Hello World program is basically just a program that prints out a statement saying Hello World. That's pretty much it, right? It's not too complicated. We just want to display information to the user and say hello world. So how then do we go about writing code in here? Because we can't just say hello world and then expect it to pop out. That's not how it works. Like I said, that Java is governed by a set of rules named syntax, right? So it named Java syntax. So how then do we get started? Okay, so the following structure is how your code will always be, right? So the first thing that you want to write is class, right? And you will come to learn these terms in the future. You will know exactly what a class is. You will know exactly what is going on here. But for now, just bear with me and follow every single step that I'm doing, okay? So firstly, you write class, and then you look at the name of your file, right? So I named mine Hello World. I don't know if you guys remember that. I'm just going to delete it and start all over again with that process, just in case someone maybe forgot. You know, a nice reminder would be nice. So there we go. So new file, and then I'm going to save the file to save as, right? And then go to a specific location, and you need to remember this location. Please, it's very important for you to remember this. And I'm going to name this one program one with a capital letter, program dash one, like this underscore, not dash, sorry. Whoops, I made a mistake. Save as, because I made a mistake because I forgot to change this normal text file to a Java file. Apologies about that. So we need to change it to Java source file and then save. Right. And then in here we write class, and then each thing is given a title, right? So here I want to define a class and then give it a title. So I'm defining a class and then I need to give it a title. The title of the class is the name of the file itself. What did I name it? I named it program underscore one. So that's what I named it. So it needs to match, right? And then I put on my opening curly bracket, right? Or you can hit enter and then put your curly bracket there. It doesn't really matter. I actually prefer doing it on the very same line, right? That's up to you. So you put your curly bracket and then you put a closing curly bracket just like that, right? And then inside the curly bracket, just hit enter for me because I just want to open up some space, right? So as you can see, we have an opening curly bracket there and a closing curly bracket right there. So in between the two curly brackets, this is where the code goes into, or let me say, the things that are inside is basically what belongs to the class. Right? So what goes inside here? Firstly, we need to create a main method. Every single program that gets executed needs to have a main method. And the main method looks exactly the same all throughout. So just bear with me. You start it as public static void and then main. Sorry about that. Main. So this is the name of the particular method that I'm creating. Right? So I'll explain what all of these what public is, static, and void is. And then inside the brackets, right? So firstly, we're going to open up normal brackets, and then we open up curly brackets, right? So normal brackets and curly brackets, they mean completely different things, and square brackets, they mean completely different things. Everything has a purpose, okay? And then once again, we go inside the curly brackets. You just hit enter just to open up the space, so you can be able to write things that belong inside the main method. Okay, so before you can do that, let's go back to the curly brackets. So inside the curly brackets, we need to define something. So remember what I said about the main method being exactly the same all throughout? That is true. So something goes inside here, and that is called a string, right? And then I'm gonna hit space, and then it's args. It doesn't matter what you name this, but the string part needs to be there. Don't worry about it. Everything is going to come to you eventually, and you will start understanding these things like the back of your hand. Okay, and then you're gonna put you're gonna put an opening square bracket and then a closing square bracket at the end. Okay. So far, I've introduced you to 3 brackets that all do completely different things. Don't worry about it. Everything will come together along. So I've explained what the curly brackets mean. So the curly brackets mean that whatever is inside belongs to that particular thing. Right? So I'm just going to go back here. So you see we have an opening curly bracket there, and then we have a closing curly braces there. That means this that's inside belongs to this class named program1, and then whatsoever is inside this curly brackets, these two curly brackets, right? Whatsoever is in between those belongs to the main method. So this is the main method. It stays the same all throughout. You can memorize this. You can just store it somewhere in the back of your mind that this is what it looks like, and this is how you're going to write it all throughout the year. And then inside here, what did I say? I said we want to print out a statement that just says hello world. So this is how your Java structure looks like, the structure of your program, of every program. You're going to start your program like this, right? So you give it a class, and then you give it a name. You name the class according to how you named the file. Right? Oh, apologies. You can make this to be public class, or you can just leave it as a class. I think make it a public class to make it a bit better. I'll explain all of these things. Don't worry about it. And then inside the curly brackets of the main method. So when I say inside the main method, I'm talking about in between the curly brackets of the main method. So this is where code that's going to be executed is written. Right? So this is where it's written. So in here, I would like to print and say hello world. Right? So how do we do that? So there's certain keywords that we need. So remember what I said, that programming is just instructions, right? So instructions need to be very precise and very accurate. So we first write down system. As you can see, the first S is a capital letter, right? So it's not gonna work if it's a small letter. It's very case sensitive. So system dot out dot print ln, open a normal bracket and close that normal bracket. Right? So whatsoever is inside here, this is what's going to be printed out. This is how we print things out in Java. Right? So I can write hello world in here, and it's going to come out as hello world. Right? But however, this would give me an error because I'm not following the rules of Java. So what do the rules of Java say? The rules of Java say whatever is inside here needs to be a string. Right? And I'll explain what a string is. I'll explain all of these things. For now, you just know that you put it under quotation, under double quotation. Right? So inside the double quotation, I'm going to write hello world. Yeah. And then at the very end, now that I'm done giving that instruction off, I need to tell Java that, okay, I'm done with this instruction. Now we can move on to the next instruction. Okay. So how do I do that? It's more like a full stop when you're writing in a normal language. Right? So I do a semicolon. That tells Java that we are done with this particular instruction. Okay. Then I'm going to save that. And then now I would like to run this program. I want to see the result now. I want to see this hello world being printed out or being, outputted to the user. Right. So I'm going to search out CMD. Right. So CMD is what we're going to be using to view our results. Right. I'm sure you've seen this somewhere before. Right. Maybe in movies you've seen like a black and white screen when they're hacking or something like that. Right. So this is called CMD, command prompt. This is just what we're going to be using to view the output. You can do so much more with command prompt, but we are only going to be using it to view and interact with our program. Okay. So when you open it, when you open up CMD, you can see here it says c.users/makam. So that is a pathing, right? So if you go, this is what we need. So just open up that folder where you stored your file, right? Remember I said you need to know where you stored your file. Can I just delete this? So I said you need to remember where you stored your file. Right? So just come here to the very top, and then we're going to copy this link, right? So you're just going to highlight everything that's inside there, hit Control C or right click and copy. Okay. And then you're going to go to command prompt, and then in here we would like to paste the thing that we've copied, but we can't just paste it like that, right? So we need to open the folder using command prompt. So we do CD and then a paste, or just right click, it's going to paste it automatically, right? So when you hit enter, I'm now inside this folder using command prompt, right? So that's what goes on there, right? If I'm not mistaken, you can drag and drop this inside here. You can see copy path file, right? And there it is, right? So you would need to hit CD, right, and then space, and then just drag and drop it inside there. If the whole copy and what you call it? No, sorry about that. Does drag and drop work? Okay, no, drag and drop does not work. Drag and drop does not work. Okay, now that we're inside the folder, we are going to open this file using a Java command that we're going to write inside our command prompt. Right? Now, stay with me. This stays the same all throughout. So we're going to write Java C, right? And then hit space, and then we write the name of the file, which is program. Remember, this is very, very case sensitive. So where there's a capital letter, put a capital letter. So program _1, right? So program 1, which is this file, _1, and then I'm just gonna right click on this, and then we're going to go to properties, right? We're gonna go to properties. When you come here where it says type of file, right? So the type of file is, I don't know if you can see this, it says .java. That is the type of file. It's a Java file. So I need to add the type of file here and just say .java. I'm sure you've seen files that go like .png, .jpj, .jpeg. So those are file types, or .mp3 or .mp4. Those are file types. So right here, I need to input the name of the file and its file type. Okay, so it's a .java. It's a Java file. So now I'm going to hit enter. Now it's loaded the file onto command prompt. Right now we want to run the file. Now we do Java. Notice that the very first thing we type is Java. That's because we are saying to command prompt that open this using Java, the JDK that we downloaded and installed. So if we did not have the Java JDK, we would be getting errors here because Java would not exist on our machine. But however, now it exists and we're able to do things with it. So now that we're inside here, right? So now we're going to run the class of the name of the class, which is program 1, and you can see the name of the class right here, which is program 1. Okay, and then let's just go back to CMD, and then we're gonna say Java, and then I'm just gonna paste it, program -1. When I hit enter, as you can see, there is hello world. Okay. I know it seems a bit complicated right now, but don't worry, you get used to it. You get used to how easy this is, right? I'm just gonna put this side by side so that we can see the comparison. Okay, so now let's modify this to say hello world, it's a beautiful day, right? And I'm just gonna put a comma and then say it's a beautiful it's a beautiful day, right? And I'm gonna save it, right? So now if I do Java program 1, so say I want to run the program again, Java program 1, notice what it says. It just keeps saying hello world, right? So that's because we have not loaded the changes of the file. Okay, so in order to load the changes and then view what's going on, we just need to repeat this step right here where we say Java C and then program underscore 1.java, right? And there it is. So now if it loads correctly, that means there's no errors with your program. It means you followed the Java rules of how you write programs. And then when we do Java program underscore 1, then we get to see the changes. Okay, then we get to see the changes. Now let's say we forgot to put maybe a semicolon in here. So let's say we forgot to put maybe a semicolon, and then we try to run .java, I forgot C, just go back, and then we try to run this command, right? Java C, Java, and then we do program underscore 1. Oh, sorry, I forgot to write Java in the beginning. My apologies. And hello, it's a beautiful day. Why is this working? What did I save? Oh no, I forgot to save. Apologies about that. I forgot to save. Now I'm confused because this is not supposed to work. So I forgot to save the file. So yeah, I just went back and saved the file. Alternately, what you can do, right, if you don't want to be typing all the time, you can just hit up arrow, right? You can hit the up arrow to load the previous command that you wrote. And this is the one I'm looking for. So this should give me an error right here. And there it is. As you can see, it says program 1, right, .java, and then it has a number right here. So what is this number? This number here is the line number. As you can see, when we go to Notepad, there's numbers here. So this is line 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right? So it's telling me that at line 5, which is this one, right, and then it says error, and then it tells me exactly what the error is, and it says expected. So it means it's expecting a semicolon, right? And then it even writes the line where the error is coming from. So it's telling me that, hey, you forgot something here. This is what I'm expecting. I'm expecting a full stop. I'm expecting a semicolon here, and you have not done that. So I go back and then I put my semicolon, and then I save. Saving is very important. I forgot to save. And then hit up arrow again to load the previous command. Hit enter. Now everything has loaded correctly. That means there's no syntax error. I followed the rules accordingly. All right. So this has been Hello World. I know this was a long video. I planned to make this short, but sometimes you just end up explaining more than you should. But yeah, I hope you guys learned something. I hope you picked up on something, and I'll see you guys on the next one.